So what is the most? So you have the cue here on the sign is
Question.
asking for questions. What is the most common question you receive?
I haven't received any questions.
You haven't received any yet.
No,
Okay.
because I'm still in learning mode. But,
Oh, okay.
but questions about systemic racism, that's the situation. So the situation is systemic racism, the background, centuries of brutality and racially motivated violence. The assessment, A for assessment, still waiting for reform, that's the current. Distracted by tear gas.
I know. I'm getting tear gas too right
Yeah.
now. What would be? Is there sort of a benchmark where these reforms could be achieved? Like, how would we know when we've achieved it?
You know what? That is a good question. I'm still wondering what that is. I think the Black Lives Matter community, they're going to be the ones that will tell us when it's been achieved. The Poor People's Campaign, they're great.
But the Black Lives Matter community, it's not like it's a political party where they can render a verdict through some kind of adjudicatory process or something. It's sort of just
move down.
Okay, I'll look for you down further. It's really lovely to meet you. I think the thing is, like, we need to ask our black family when they're ready.
But within the black population, there's not going to be total unanimity of opinion.
That's true, because among any one of us, any citizen, there's not unity of opinion, obviously.
Right. So then the question becomes, how do you evaluate when a benchmark has been reached? I mean, is it even possible to reach it, or is it just sort of this perpetually aspirational ideal?
Yeah, I mean, so we had in the 60s, all of the fight for justice in the 60s and incremental changes, and maybe that's what history is all about, is incremental changes. So, maybe that's what it's all about. We reach a new benchmark, and then this happens. We reach another new benchmark. That's what history is. It's living.
And you said you're a nurse, right? Do you have any concerns about COVID in relation to mass gatherings like this, which technically are not advised?
Yeah, well, actually, if everyone wears a mask, it's minimal. I work, like, people kind of are getting really close, but
everyone, it's supposed to be if you can maintain social distancing, which is not possible often at major protests.
From what I understand, I read an article that said that they have not noticed any spike in COVID cases related to these mass protests.
Well, I mean, I think that's still up for debate. Like, for example, in California, there were municipal officials who did attribute at least some of this resurgence there to the protest. So, I mean, and it's still not something that, even in Oregon, technically a gathering of this size is not permitted.
Well, we're not in an enclosed space. There are risks, but that's what, change is all about, is kind of creating a little bit of risk. I have my hand sanitizer, I've got my mask. I'm trying to be as careful as I can, because being a witness to this is more important than anything.
Okay, what is your name?
My name's Kristin.
Kristin?
And I'm a nurse.
Where are you from?
Here in Portland.
Okay, have you been to many of these, or?
I have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does tonight compare to other nights? It seems
a lot more people. A lot of people. It's a lot of healthcare professionals. I came with a big group of healthcare professionals, and I've lost them.
with a group of healthcare professionals?
Yes.
Like nurses and who else?
Mostly nurses.
Mostly nurses?
Yeah. But it's great. I mean, people are showing up, and we need to witness this. And apathy is not an option. We have to be involved. We have to educate ourselves. I'm learning so much. I have so much more to learn. How about you?
All right, thank you. What about me?
What about you?
In terms of what?
Well, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
I'm just observing, really. out of interest, curiosity.
Are you from Portland?
What's that?
Are you from Portland?
No, I'm not. I'm originally from New Jersey.
All right, well, welcome to Portland.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful city. Like, I mean, this is truly, like here at night, it's a little bit rowdy, but in general, it's safe. It's, good people.
Well, it does seem like quite a bit of at least the downtown area is boarded up right now.
You know what? I was here this morning, and I do like just a sign protest Friday mornings with some nurses, healthcare professionals. People go about their business, work in the offices, do the restaurant thing. I saw a group of child care workers and their kids, walking down the street. It's fine, it's peaceful, but this is important too. We should not be living in fear. No, there's no need for fear. No need for fear.
Well, I mean, it is, I would assume, a little bit unusual for a riot to be declared every night, right?
Well, protests. These are protesters.
Well, I'm saying the Portland police do declare a riot generally
Well, they
every
can
night.
declare it, but that doesn't mean it is.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it is, but they declare.
Look around. People are just standing around. Look, turn around. Look here. Just look. They're just standing around. They're talking. They're visiting. They're sharing information.
Do you think it crosses into a riot when fireworks are shot, arson, and that kind of thing?
I'm sorry, what?
When there's arson, or when the perimeters are breached.
Yeah, you know what? For myself, I'm for peace. I'm for peaceful change, and I don't agree with violence and destruction, but there are some young people that really want that to happen.
Do you think there's sort of like a more, I don't know what the word would be, maybe radical element of the protesters who ascribe to tactics that maybe the majority doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are they hired thugs? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
All right, well, you have a good night. Thank you.
What do you think, though?
What do I think about that question? I mean, there definitely is a cohort of fairly aggressive ideological anarchists who take it upon themselves to initiate some of the more dramatic action.
Hey, I don't want them usurping the Black Lives Matter movement, and that's the concern.
And they are overwhelmingly white.
We should not be usurping. We're following Black leaders right now, and I'm concerned that violence is usurping the movement. The peaceful change.
All right, well,
Necessary.
thank you for chatting. Bye.
Bye.